G'day folks, Ziggity here, and welcome back to the next episode of our Adventures of Danger Tuckerman, now hardcore permadeath Starfield playthrough. In the last episode, we completed our full survey of Aquila. It took some doing, but we got it done, and that is 1 out of like 100 life-bearing planets on Danger's list to survey. So, we got some work to put in. We're definitely having some financial difficulties, and another avenue of profitability to help us fund our wildlife expeditions is to potentially join the Freestar Rangers. Also, Freestar Ranger Danger kind of rolls off the tongue quite nicely. We can earn some money picking up some bounties for them and proving ourselves to them and maybe getting some more lucrative missions in the process. So that is going to be our big focus today. We're going to be upgrading our ship, the Frontier, with the very limited budget that we have available to us, which is currently just 24,000 credits, and proceeding to take on some bounties, which involves dropping down to some planet surfaces to take out some specific targets. I believe there is a hostage situation, a hostage in need of rescuing, so that'll be on foot combat as well. But we also have Destroy Crimson Fleet, and one of my biggest fears of dying, especially in the early game here, and just in general in Starfield for our permadeath playthrough here, is to die in space. So definitely a little nerve-wracking to take on some destroy ships in space missions, but starting to get our teeth cut on space combat and starting to upgrade our ships and work on our skills for those is going to be of crucial importance in the long run. So we might get a start on that today. So it should be a pretty action-packed episode. Some of you also rightfully pointed out that I have been neglecting Ado, our adoring fan, our faithful companion. So I am going to try and get him I don't know where he is right now. I think he's down there somewhere. I am going to try and get him a better weapon as soon as I can. Maybe get him a nice shotgun. I should have given him my hand-me-down Coachman. But we'll try and get him something, mates. We'll try and get him something nice. Maybe something with some status effects, or maybe a nice shotty for Ado to call his own, because he's just he's been doing all right. He's a good lad. He's trying his best, but he's just got a little tiny pistol, so we'll try and get him something a bit meatier, eh? Alright folks, let's get ready to get amongst it. Now we do also have the potential conclusion or next part in this leader of the pack, the investigation into what is happening with the Ashta on Aquila. We will also be doing that, but we do need to wait 24 hours, and I'm not just going to sit in a chair for 24 hours, because that's weird. We'll do other things while we wait for this time, and then we'll come back and find out what's going on with the Ashta. So before we get on with any actual bounty hunting, we really need to upgrade that Frontier, because that thing's not going to keep us alive in a space-based confrontation. So let's go and talk to the ship services here and see what we can get done on our, well, very limited budget. We got 26,000 credits. Let's see what we can get done with that. I got some plans. Alright, so we are going to mega shoestring budget upgrade the Frontier as much as possible. So that means potentially fiddling with the weapons, upgrading the shields if possible. Things like reactor upgrades might be a little bit outside of our budget right now, though that is a very effective thing you can do. I do need more cargo space, so we will try and do that if possible. But once you start adding more cargo, you potentially need to start upgrading engines and lifters and things like that, and stuff gets a bit more complicated. It also would be really good quality of life to add a mobile workshop onto the ship as well, potentially. So that is something we could consider doing. We'll see what we can get done on a very limited budget. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sell the Mauler cannon, and if possible add a second missile launcher instead. So we'll Control G and make a copy of this. And eventually long term what I'd like to do is have 2 filled up weapon groups of missiles, and then a group of lasers, maybe auto turret lasers or something like that. And just run those. That's for like basically, or maybe rather than lasers, maybe we do something like the particle weapons that deal both damage to shields and hull. Those could be good options instead. Maybe some electron beams or something like that. But that will be much later on, as it will definitely eat up a lot of our budget. But the idea is, if you don't know here, that missiles power pips, to put power into missiles, only increases the reload speed. Every missile rack comes fully loaded with 4 missiles that it can fire from the beginning. So that means you get into a fight and every single one of these tubes will fire 4 missiles in sequence. So if you have 4 of them, you'll fire 4 sets of 4 missiles, which is obviously a lot of burst damage. As long as you have just 1 power pip in them. So you can have 1 power pip in each weapon group and potentially have something like 8 missile racks. So that's 8 times 4 missiles. I don't even know how to do that level of math. But that's a lot of missiles. So you can do a lot of burst damage with just 2 pips of power. And then you can put all of the rest of your power from your limited current, crappy reactor that we have right now into other weapon systems and shields and things like that. So it allows us to get a lot of burst damage to deal with just 1 or 2 ships, which is the engagements we should be taking on. Anything more than that is basically asking for death. So we're going to focus on burst damage to try and keep us alive potentially. So I'll start off with just the 2 missile racks and we'll see if we can potentially add more in the future. All right, the best shield that we can get right now is a Bastille generator here. I believe this has to go on the top though, so it might be a little difficult to place potentially. Getting good shields to protect us in those fast and furious encounters will be pretty key, so we will definitely try and do that if we can. We'll just see configuration-wise whether I can make that happen. So we'll keep that aside for the moment, but keeping an eye on our budget. We're already at 8,000 just from the missile rack and the shield, so we'll have to keep an eye on that one. So I'm going to add the workshop, and I might turn the frontier into a long boy, into a sausage dog. We'll see if that works out for what I'm trying to do here. But you'll notice I'm trying to connect it to this one because I effectively want the, or maybe this one. So I want the landing bay to basically open up straight into the workshop, and then the Nova Galactic Frontier Unique module, which has the bed and science modules in it, which is very convenient. We want to keep that. Also has passenger slots. That doesn't really matter that much. So I'll attach this here, which should add the ladder from the landing base straight into the workshop, which means we don't really have to do any climbing. Then we can just run down to the cockpit or run back into the frontier module. So we'll mouse over the one we want the attachment point to be on, the door or ladder. So you do have a bit of control over this. And then we'll go ahead and add this here if we can. So we don't have access to matching Nova Galactic pieces here, but it doesn't matter too much. If workshops are workshops effectively, there is a bit of a difference in layouts and stuff, and there are some that are a little bit better than others in some of the modules, but I think for the workshop it shouldn't matter. So we're just looking for a 2x1 workshop that we can kind of smack in here. So maybe I'll just grab a Stroud one or something. All right, so doing that and moving the reactor up the top here does give us an attachment point for that better shield module, so that's good. And the docker can still extend up beyond things like that because it's kind of a tube that pops upwards, so that's okay for docking. You can have a little bit of overhang as long as it's not like an actual module, like a HAB module or something like that. Now, I believe 12 pips is the maximum power you can have on any one weapon system, and as these are 3, we can have 4 sets of tubes for each weapon group. Now, because I can't afford to do another full set of missiles, it might be worth just getting that gun back for now, just to have it, because it's basically cheaper than... We barely save any money by removing it in the first place. So we could go ahead and get that Mauler and just put it back on for now. And then later, with the intention of removing it and replacing it with another set of 4 missiles. So for now, we can probably do that there. No harm done in that, even if we just put like, a point of power into it or something. The Caravel cargo holds are generally pretty efficient. Most cargo holds are pretty similar in terms of rough efficiency. There's a slight difference in cargo to weight, and that's kind of the important factor as far as cargo is concerned. As the other important factor is mounting points and whether you can attach other things to them, but the Caravels do pretty well early on, so I'm quite happy to potentially just run a pair of those. If I can afford it, I will try and upgrade the engines just to help with the mobility issues. So we've got the White Dwarf 2000s. Let's see if we can get a slightly better one. It will start to get a bit expensive though. The 2010 is basically just the same model, but a little lighter, but it is quite a lot to spend to be able to get effectively a small upgrade, but it might be worth considering if I can afford it. We were getting to the point where we didn't have enough grav jump thrust to shift the ship between systems, so we wouldn't be able to jump around. That makes it unflyable. So that's a no-go, but deleting the starting cargo hold we have does allow us to be able to still jump around. We basically want to get as far as we can on our current grav drive for now, I think. Low mobility is okay. We can handle that. All right, I had to fiddle quite a bit with which workshop would fit here and service all of the attachments correctly, because some of them kind of go better on the top and don't have the right attachment points and things like that. I was having like an unattached system point, which I knew was something to do with the workshop that we had chosen to go in the back there. So I put the Nova Galactic Frontier HAB module at the front, which should be connected to the landing bay. So we go up from the landing bay into the Galactic Frontier module, and then we just step backwards into the workshop. So I just went with a Stroud workshop there and attached everything to it. So we upgraded our shield. We got 4 missile pods. And the thing that we really, really want more money for as soon as possible is a better reactor. so that we can fuel everything a little bit better, but we'll be able to max out our shields and max out our engines and put 1 pip into missiles and then the rest of the pips into the other weapons systems. But the missiles will be the thing doing the bulk of the killing anyway, at least in the short encounters we should be taking on here. There's only the one thing left, and that is to paint it. If you shift and double click, you can select the whole ship and then paint it all at once, and then just go back and tinker with through specific parts to get them to your liking, but we can start with this and then go from there. I decided to go for something a little bit eucalyptus-y, a bit gum tree looking, some kind of like smoky trunk action, and then some nice dark green leaf. Look at that long boy. Pretty cute, eh? Pretty cute. So all up 24,600, most of our current budget, but we already have ammo and meds and stuff like that, so we are good to go, and that should hopefully keep us alive. Hopefully. Now we do have low mobility. Again, engine and reactor upgrades will help with that. But for now, that's actually not that big a deal. Most ships we're going to be hopefully getting behind and just staying behind them with maneuvering thrusters or just blowing them up in the first pass anyway. So low mobility is not ideal, but not a game like breaker for us currently. As this is our first time modifying our ship here, the various things in the frontier will be moved to the cargo module, so we'll have to go ahead and clear those out. We can just use the Trade Authority kiosk here to sell off that stuff. So you'll notice there's like a bunch of random stuff in the cargo on the ship here, in the miscellaneous category especially. There's also some food and aid items and things like that as well. A couple of useful things actually that you may not have picked up on the frontier that are scattered around in there. But mostly it's just this stuff that we can get rid of. So we make a little bit of money back on this random stuff at least. There's also the broken constellation helmet. You actually put that on, you can see the tape on it. Don't wear it. Not a good idea. You have a bunch of tape in the middle of your screen. It's kind of funny though. That leaves us with 1,800 credits. Pretty much effectively broke, but a nicely upgraded frontier. Let's take a look at it.
Your ship's not that bad.
The technician thinks the ship's all right. That's a good sign. There we go, mate. Hoo hoo hoo. True blue. I know it's not actually blue, but that's a true blue frontier right there. Definitely feel a little bit more at home with that sucker now. Woohoo. I like it. She looks mean. She looks ready for combat. She looks ready to get amongst it. Now, I picked up a level at the end of the last episode as well, so we're going to go ahead and spend that now that we're going to do a little bit of ship stuff on rank 1 piloting, so we can start ranking that up. If we do need to get a lot of destroy ships here in a safer manner so that we can level up this perk to get the Class C ships later on, we can actually pretend to join the UC Vanguard and use their flight sim to get some experience. You can actually rank up your this skill by destroying ships in the simulator without any risk of actually dying. So that is something we could take advantage of in the future, but we won't worry about that just yet. All right, now it's time for one of the more dangerous things, but if it's just the one Crimson Fleet captain, we should be okay. If he's got some backup, then things might be a little different. What we're gonna do first is actually take off into orbit so that we can set up our ship's power. We'll take a look inside as well, I suppose, at our new workshop. So we come straight up into the regular Nova Galactic one here with the bed and the research station. So that's very handy. This gives us everything except for a med bay. You've even got a galley as well, so we can even cook. So there's the cockpit there, and in the back here is the workshop. So everything except medicine production in just 2 modules is really efficient, size and space-wise. But there's our weapon modding and spacesuit modding, industrial workbench, and so on. So we can get by without the pharmaceuticals one for now, and just locate the one that we can use, or stick one inside of a hab that we build on a planet surface somewhere. But for now, this should keep us out of trouble. All right, mates, let's go. Time to get amongst it. Okay, we're gonna make sure our shields are maxed out more so than anything. Only 1 pip in missiles is important. And it's probably more important to have the pips into lasers than anything else. The one thing we may want to consider is having more than 1 pip in grav drive. Just for the initial jump in, if we're heavily outgunned, we can use that to jump away to another system as quickly as possible. This bounty is in system now. In order to escape a firefight that is dangerous, you need to have your grav drives powered up. More pips, the faster you'll get away. And then you need to warp to another nearby system. You can't just travel to another planet in your current system, because you need to use the actual grav drive to escape. It's the only way to really escape. You can't like outrun ships, generally speaking. All right, so we'll keep the points in grav drive for now, and then we'll shift them over to engines, maybe lasers after that. All right, let's go see if we can destroy the Crimson Fleet captain. Definitely a risky move, but we need to know that we can do this.
Weapons locked. Time for some fun.
All right, it's just the one pirate, so we should be just fine. We're gonna blast them with as many missiles as can as soon as we're locked there. I'm gonna try and get behind them as quickly as we can as well. If our shields drop, we want to instantly use our healing. All right, let's go put those into engines. They've done a pass on us because they had their engines powered up, so we're going to try and prioritize getting behind them. We're locked on. Another set of missiles. Now we're going to slow down to mid-speed and rotate around and try and stay behind them here. We're locked on again, but we've used all of our missiles currently. But we're looking in pretty good shape here. If our missiles reload once more, we can get another shot. We do have targeting, but I don't think we'll be going for a boarding action this time around. Nice. Very good. Comfortably handled. We warped in a little close to them, which does happen sometimes, which didn't give us much chance to play around with our power pips. We can actually use the targeting system to slow down time, to give us a little bit more time to change power, and I should have probably done that, so that's something to improve in the future. We picked up 700 extra credits, some lead, and some of these manufactured components here, which are a little bit expensive, so it's not too bad. Bonk. And we didn't fully lose shields in the end, thanks to our shield upgrade. We came close. Without the shield upgrade, we might well have dropped shields, but we didn't take any extra damage on hulls. That was great. The damage we have on our hull currently, we maybe would have considered to repair, but it would have been 1,000 credits to repair it, so I decided to risk it. Since we're in an asteroid field, I'll point out that as a fun little fact, you can blast asteroids here to get materials, and missiles are particularly good at it. The bigger asteroids take a while to destroy, the smaller ones go down pretty quick. And then they have minerals, sometimes it's just water, but other times you'll actually get like rare stuff from them as well. You don't know what you're gonna get though, so it's kind of just like random. So we just got 7 iron from that one, for example. The total ammo per missile rack might be a little different on these missiles, because the previous missiles I've used in the past, they've been in increments of 25, 50, 75, 100, so 4 missile volleys. These ones might be a little different, because I noticed the power up the top there, missile, is 17, and then it goes to 33, so it might be kind of a different amount there. So this should be 2 shots, I'm thinking. 1 shot. Oh, it's firing them in sequence. It looks like it's alternating between the 2, because that was just 2 missiles, even though we have the 4 racks. So it looks like it's alternating. That's fine. That actually is kind of potentially a good thing. So we should have the other 2 missiles there as well now. Yeah, okay, so we fire them in volleys of 2 each. I wonder why it does that. It's good though, I don't mind that at all. So you'll see that reload speed is really slow, but you can, like, in between battles, if you're planning on going straight to another one, put more pips into missiles to, like, reload them faster. And that's all the power pips do. But they do just as much damage from 100 down to 0 as you're unloading your stored up missiles with just 1 power pip in them, right? The pips just make them reload faster. So yeah, 17, 33, 50, 67. So yeah, it fires them in separate, it's separating them, halving them. Interesting. So if we had 2 full control groups of 4 missile pods like that, we would get, if we click both buttons at once, we'd fire 2 missiles from each, so 4 missile volleys, and we do that many times. So there's a full load there, blasting in sets of 2. Some asteroids here. So that looked like a set of 4? Maybe not. Or maybe these missile pods just have more shots. That could be the case. Yeah, it's possible that different missile pods are a little bit different in how this works. Cool, interesting. Something to tinker with. It's still more to learn. The shipbuilding is, there's a lot to it in this game. Completing that bounty gave us the 700 or so that we picked up along with the other loot, and then a few thousand credits for the actual bounty as well that we got instantly wired to our account. So already back up an extra 5,000, which is almost enough to upgrade reactor potentially. So that's some good money. Some good money. Mates, I'm pretty stoked that I went from never having flown a spaceship in my life to randomly getting a tutorial by a robot while pirates were shooting me ass, to now bounty hunting in space with my own upgraded ship. Not bad in just a few days, really, huh? What do you reckon? Pretty bloody good. All right, having taken down the space bounty actually is just enough to qualify us for the Freestar Rangers, but I want to go do the other ones as well. So we have 2 in the same system, We've got Nasoe and Thalassa, both in the same system. Then there's some in the Piazzi 3 system. These are all level 10 systems, which is about the same as what we're in right now, so pretty doable. The Outlaw Captain in the Abandoned Industrial Compound. That one sounds good. Let's go ahead and check it out. So we're going to Nasoe in the Olympus system. And a good idea just to be ready to put pips into your grav drives in case you need to get away when you first warp in, because you never know what you're going to be encountering right then and there. So the system level for the Olympus system, which has all these god name planets in it, which has 2 of these bounties right now, is level 10. So there can be some nasty higher level enemies in here. We might encounter things upwards of 20 or 30, but for the most part, that will be like the average level range. We'll still have to be a little careful though, for sure. Nasoe is actually a really interesting planet with a lot of life on it. I don't know if we'll go for a full survey now, but we can get a little bit done while we're there. Now we'll land at the industrial compound, but just be ready whenever you land at a point of interest, because sometimes you land on the landing pad and there's like pirates or something right there. So if you're doing a hardcore run, it's something you want to be a little careful of.
We've arrived.
Hopefully we can get Ado a new weapon upgrade in here, eh? Mate, Ado, you ready to earn yourself a new weapon? Do it the Law of the Wild style, which means to kill someone and take it from their corpse. Oh, it looks like one of our survey missions that we took earlier as well from Constellation is here too. So we'll have to see which one that is, because we might be able to do it at the same point. Olympus, sentient microbial colonies in Olympus. So this might be on this planet. It's one of the unique planet features. So if we look at Nasoe that we're at currently, there's 2 unique planet features. So we could scan points of interest that are like natural and see if we locate those. So one of those could be the sentient microbial colonies. Since it did pop up here, I'm inclined to believe it might well be. I think it's literally, Nasoe is the only planet with life in here. So it is basically guaranteed to be here then, because they are, it's a living feature, right? So it should only be on a planet that can support life. All of the barren moons and stuff would only have like inorganic features. Well, I'll just open up our scanner and have a quick look. We can scan the Argon while we're here. But there should be, that will be a structure, so that's not what we're looking for. Iridium, slightly rarer. We're just seeing if we can locate any natural features, but I don't see any there as well. Leveling up our surveying with some carbolic acids, another rarer one. A few rare minerals here. And there's the abandoned industrial compound. So we can take on that first, and then we can see if we can dig up one of those locations, sentient microbial colonies. So we're on the snowy side of Nasoe here. Not as much life on this side of things. You know, we want to be approaching pretty carefully here, all right, Ado? You listening, mate? Oh, shit. Was that your laser? All right, can you point that laser downwards when you're running? You keep freaking me out with it. All right, let's see who we can... Mate. I think I saw another laser down there, too. Might be some turrets or something like that. Pretty safe bet that will be hostiles in here, since we know that there's a bounty in the location. But I can't see... Oh, yeah, no, I see some movement there. You know what I didn't do? Have a nap. Always remember to have a nap before going out to battle. It's what I always say. Always have a kipper before you have a battle. You want to go in with fresh eyes and alert, fluffy-tailed, bright-eyed. Let's see what Ado has for us. He's like, I have something for you.
Cappuccino is my favorite.
Uh-huh.
Terra Latte is also my favorite.
Uh-huh.
And so is Terra Brew Classic.
Okay, very good. Do you have anything for me?
Indeed. I thought it might complement your indomitable spirit.
Is it another board game? Cheese. He gave me cheese. You know what, Ado? Thank you. I really appreciate that, mate. Yeah, he's a good bloke. I actually feel like I needed some cheese for some of my research and cooking exploits. Thanks, mate. You never have too much cheese. Ado took the whole thing. Nobody has as many friends as a man with many cheeses to heart. And look, I do need cheese. See, look at that. There we go, I'll put it in the machine. I put his gift just straight in the machine. Alright, I might as well do a bit of research while I'm here. We have tagged all of these things, I believe. Yeah, that's good. Alkanes is complete. Just make sure all these things that we need are tagged. Very nice. Alright, let's add that kipper then to battle. There we go, 10% XP buff. That's what we want. They look pretty well armed. A few of them with, looks like rifles, and we got a turret there. We might want to get a jump on one of these guys. We're up kind of in some little mountainy bits here. We've got a pretty good amount of visibility over them, so we might be able to draw them out into the open from here. And good chance our weapons are more effective from this range. Not so much Ado. We should get him a rifle. Maybe a shotgun, I'm not sure. One of those. Rifle make him effective from a longer range. Here we go. There we have a bit of cover if we go over the crest here. Sun's kind of just setting behind the haze there. Quite moody. We are probably a little bit beyond our effective range here, or right on the edge of it at least. Nice. There we go. Yeah, he's taking shots at us, but not very effective from that range, it looks like. Didn't even hit us once, it looks like. He's a tough one. I can't see his health bar. There he goes. Boom! Looks like we blew his pack too. Crikey. Good start. Getting sneak attacks from this range, since they don't know exactly where we are. We're far enough away. Is that the turret going off, is it? Yeah, I think that's the turret going off. We could try and turn the turret against them, potentially, but it might be safer to just take this one out. Besides, I'm not much of a hacker. Okay, there goes the turret. That made it quiet down. They're kind of just spraying into the hills, assuming we're here. Looks like one stray bullet grazed me. Oh, we got some of them moving up. They're being clever. All right, there we go. Oh, that was a really good shot. Nice bonus headshot damage, double damage there. Getting some sneak attack bonuses there as well. Oh, we're definitely thinning them out. That's what we want before they, here we go. They're pushing up now. But just as I had wanted, there's no real cover for them there if they do push up like that. Perfect. This guy is never going to hit us, but hitting him is also quite difficult. That's a tough shot, but we nailed him for 67 damage there. Looks like we're far enough away we're getting damage drop off. Running out of breath, mate. He's still alive. We jagged him a couple times. The scope on this thing is not super easy to use. There we go, a little bit more damage. He's not, he might be down on his knees now, I think. Might be having to crawl around, bleeding out. So he's basically taken care of. And there's another one around there roaming around who doesn't know we're here yet. Oh no, he's still up. He's still going. Jagged him again. Oh, he jumped. He's out of there. He doesn't want to be in that tower. We keep shooting him in there, don't we? There we go, finished him off, nice. All right, I might save my last few rounds in that one. There was another guy walking around, but I don't see him now. But I think we'll feel pretty safe to move up at this point. Oh yeah, I see someone moving there. All right, let's move up then. We might want to go clear, breach and clear this building first so that it's not behind us like that. But first we'll go loot these guys who dropped outside the walls. These guys have grindles, but none of them modified. We want to keep an eye out, and I highly recommend this for your early game, or just in general, honestly, keep an eye out for modified grindles with semi-automatic receivers, because it's just such a good weapon. It's an extremely reliable, solid weapon. The damage scales up a bunch when they're turned into semi-automatics compared to fully automatic. Super ammo efficient. Ammo is really common. They do really solid damage, really accurate. Actually can be a decent sniping weapon. Honestly, better than these much more expensive 50 cals. Just a little hard to actually find one initially. You can go around to shops and try and find one, but also keep an eye out for grendels that drop off enemies, just looking for those modified ones. But if you hit one of those semi-automatic receivers nice and early, you've hit the mother load. It's a big score, that is. Alright, there might well be someone in here. Let's be a little careful, eh? There's a computer here, so that might be turret control. No, it's not active. Alright, there's basically nothing in that building, but we know it's clear now. Oh, I see a couple of them, actually. There's me recon scopes picked up the guys behind the rocks there. His heat signature. There's someone in the building, and there's someone behind that building too, I saw as well. We don't really have a very good line of sight here. And these guys all sporting grendels means that they'll be pretty lethal at closer ranges. So we want to try and use our range advantage for sure. There he is. Nice big sneak attack there. Missed one shot, but we finished him off before anyone else figured out where we were. Perfect. This guy's a little far away. I'll take the shot while I can though. Did we actually get him there? I think we actually got him. Wow. Surprised me. So there's still the guy inside.
I thought I heard.
Oh, there's another one?
No,
or is that the guy maybe?
mind. Nothing to worry about.
I don't know about that, Ado. There's a guy shooting us right now. Oh, there's another one up here. Oh, I did not fully scout Ado's not really in effective range, so he's not helping us much now. But it looks like he's going to engage now, though. That guy's down. I'm getting a little heads up from that guy. Here he comes. This guy's charging. He's got a melee weapon, so he's going to try and charge us. Ado should probably drop him. Get him, Ado. It looks like there's, according to our minimap, our constellation watch, there is a lot of hostiles in the area still. Can we blow that? Oh, I thought for sure that would be explosive. I guess not. This guy's kind of waiting for an opening to charge us. The melee guys can be kind of clever sometimes. Okay, let's see. I think most of them are inside from looks of it. Oh yeah, no, that's just an orange crate. Looks like there's an elite over there. One of the bosses. Oh shit, there's another guy over there. Okay, that was not smart. So I have to... the like gas canister flopping around in front of us. Guy's really hunkering down there, isn't he? Taking chip damage from the other guys. Really need to finish these ones off so I'm not getting shot up from multiple directions. Ah. These Ecliptic Mercs are, it looks like they are, not spaces, are decently armored. It's like I was only taking 20 damage from these shots. Alright, let's just get the surprise on this guy with the shotty then. Surprise! Should take care of him. Is he dead? He's dead. It's like we got some intel off him. Let's have a look. Basically saying that any abandoned facilities after the war, after the colony wars, are fair game and considered the spoils of war to them. So they're going to move in and evict any squatters. Effectively, the lore explanation as to why the Ecliptic Mercs have taken up residence in a lot of these bases. Alright, we got an elite here. He's just behind that wall. See if we can flush him out with this. Nah, it looks like he kept running. Ado's bogging, man. He's excited. I'm a little bit worried about how close that guy is to us. I want to get rid of this turret, though. Hang on, I'm missing something fierce there. I don't really want to get charged by that guy there. Is that Ado? Okay. Get him, Ado. Okay, there goes the turret. He might have backed off. There he is. That's pretty good, and the bleed's on him. Wearing him down a little bit. He's done for. He's done for, mate. He's done for. Our service of destruction, you finished the job. Look at him, he's covered in blood. I know, you're right, mate. You got multiple bullet holes in you, buddy. You are, without a doubt, an excellent distraction. Good job, mate. You're a top bloke. True bloke. Let's see what we scored here. A modified side star with exterminator. A little hard to get 27 cal rounds for these right now, but these are decently strong pistols when you first find them at this point. Otherwise, there's a decent amount of credit value here, and he does have some 27 cal with it. Exterminator, a little more. It's not really a weapon I'd use for hunting. Still, these weapons are good money. I'm gonna go suss out this tower. It might be a good sniping point. And I don't believe there's anyone alive up here anymore. We got our sniper from before. There's a modified Grendel. Oh, semi-automatic. There we go. So there's a, oh no, we got so unlucky at the same time as being so lucky. The calibrated Grendel is the next tier of Grendel quality. So this one's a much higher damage version, but the calibrated rolled on one Grendel. He has two for some reason. He's dual wielding, I guess. The calibrated rolled on the non-semi-automatic one. So, and it's a while before we can mod them to be semi-automatic ourselves. You need like a couple levels in weapon modding, and you need like 4 perks to even get started on that. So we are a while off, but we can at least use this one. That'll be pretty good right now. And it would also be a decent option for Ado too. We could even just give Ado that calibrated Grendel, because the whole thing about fully automatic is that they're really ammo inefficient for how much damage they deal. But especially these lower level ones. But companions don't care. They only need one bullet to have infinite ammo. So we could give the calibrated one to Ado and use the other one ourselves. And that might well be the go, I think. There's also a bunch of other things we can loot up here. All right, Ado. So it looks like the weapon that Ado is using to begin with is a side star, so just a basic one, I assume. We'll give him the calibrated Grendel and just a little bit of 777. There you go. You can have 1 round of 777 Ado. There you go, mate. And you can use that calibrated Grendel. If it was the semi-automatic one, I would use it in a heartbeat. It's a shame because it would have been like, so it's 6 damage on the fully auto, and the modified one that we picked up, the semi-automatic, is 13. So that's the big difference between the semi-automatic damage scaling. It probably would have been closer to 20, which would have been really efficient. They've got pretty high fire rate, 50 round magazine. They're really quite accurate. It's hard to tell from the stats, but actually using it, you'll get a feel for it. But I'm a big fan of the semi-auto Grendels. They're a solid weapon. All right, it needs a little bit more modding, especially we could give it either a short scope or a red dot sight. But so it's just got the iron sights now, which isn't ideal. But it'll do the job around here. It'll be our mid-range engagement weapon of choice, I suspect. They got a robo dog there, which we might start sniping from here. A little hard with the iron sights from this range. I might jump over to this platform. You can see we already have 400 rounds of this, so this really helps our ammo problems quite a bit. Where did the dog go? There it is. Ooh. So they're decently accurate, these things. Ooh. They take some killing too. You got the hacking skills, it can be pretty nice to turn them to your side. Ooh, yeah, I ate some of our med packs. All right, we're leveling our medicine perk. I definitely didn't want this thing surprising me though. It has 1 round for some reason. Why does it have 1 9x39 round on it? I guess the same reason our companions have 1 round. maybe the some of the NPCs are exploiting that same mechanic. All right, we know there's still quite a lot of them in the building, and they may well be able to come out because it's not an interior location, but rather just airlocked. Oh, here we go. Our little buddy here had a radioactive combat knife. Not that good to find for us, unfortunately. The spacesuits weigh a lot, but are worth a lot as well. Also, that's pretty good damage protection-wise. What's our current suit again? It's the combat veterans, which probably wins out compared to the small increase in protections there. I think the 15% reduced damage taken from enemies and our current ballistic shielding mod wins for that one for sure. There he is. Throw a grenade through there while we pop up our ammo. Get him, Ado. Ado with his new automatic Grendel, calibrated Grendel. Ready to start unloading with his single round. Using his round mitosis technology. Get him, Ado! Yeah, look at him go, mate. Light him up. I feel like fully automatic is definitely Ado's jam. Suppressing fire! Right? That's who I think of. Look at him go! I really need that red dot sight. The iron sights are woeful. Yeah! Very nice. Looks like we can go talk to Keone now. About 24 hours is up. Much more entertaining than sitting waiting in a chair, right? Where'd you go, buddy? Where did he? He's scurried off. Get my shotgun out. Guess he surprised me. He's probably ran down here, right? There. Oh. I see your legs. Surprise. Nice. Nice hiding spot, buddy. Space Adept side star. Kind of worst mod in the game, honestly. Lots of money, though. Lots of money. Oh, landmines, landmines. Oh, landmines, mate. No. 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 Very naughty. Very naughty. So, that trick that I talked about in a previous episode of rebinding your jump key to a second alternate hotkey, in our case Alt, to be able to jetpack in a more lateral fashion faster, is a real lifesaver against landmines, because a normal jetpack kind of sends you up, which is not very far away from the landmine, but if you can use that alternate hotkey, you can Really put some distance between you and the landmine a lot faster. So, good saver. Is that one there, or is that just a rock? That looks like a landmine. Once you actually identify them, you can, oh god, there's multiple. That was a bad idea. I should have looked a little more carefully. Oh, mate, I should not be the bomb defusal squad. Can you do that, Ada? I was going to say, you can score yourself some free landmines, because you can walk up and, as long as you press E on them quick enough, you can deactivate them and take them for yourselves. And that is a legitimate strategy. But you also should identify if there are multiple landmines in the area. I don't know if the scanner picks them up. I never actually checked that. I should check that. So we got some rare tantalum over here too. I'll take some of that. No, just no end of entertainment in this area. What a thrilling expedition this has been, eh? Alright, we're going inside to the main building complex now. We know that there are definitely some inside still. So we should proceed with caution. Might be a good idea to eat some damage mitigation food if I have some. I got the, I'll have a pop of lager, mate. I'll have a lager before I go in. 3 minutes of 75 damage resistance could keep us alive. O2 recovery doesn't matter indoors because we're not sprinting around, so. The outside's not so bad there. Smash a quick, just shotgun a quick lager before we go inside for a battle, for a bit of fisticuffs. You know what I've started doing in this hardcore run? Exercising proper trigger discipline. I've accidentally like shot and thrown grenades many times in my other playthrough, and I was just walking past these explosives and I was like, took my finger off my left click, hovered it over my middle mouse button instead, so that I don't accidentally shoot the explosive containers. Look at them all. If I accidentally shot those, we'd be in trouble. So, trigger discipline. A good idea in hardcore runs as well as real life, eh? Probably a wise move. Oh, here we go. Let him stalking around in there. Just come here a minute. Here he is, he doesn't know we're here. Picking something up indeed. He's picking it up alright. He sure is. Oh, the other one spotted us. Where are you? Whoa, oh god! Crap! Mate! Oh, scared the bejesus out of me. Alright, the others know we're here now. I'm gonna be a little careful while looting. Expert ammo crate, can't get into that one. I think they're losing us. Now's my chance to loot. Standard mag, modified equinox, and a calibrated solstice. Good money, money. Good money. Oh, they're all in here. Holy crap, there's a whole nest of them. Grenades will sort them out. Kind of an ideal situation for grenades, really, isn't it? Alright, looks like we sorted them out pretty good there. I think some of them backed off into the other room. Oh, hi buddy. Oh, there's the captain. Let's back off, he's a nasty one. Is he moving up? Let's drop another grenade in there, eh? Might not get him there. Oh, he jumped right into it. Perfect. Ada, where are you, buddy? Where are you, Ada? We do with your help down here. There's an elite, another one, and the captain. I gotta make sure they don't push down this hallway over here. Yeah, that's good. Keep the bleeds on them if we can. I'll bleed you, suckers. Very good. We got him right where we want him here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Calm down, mate. Calm down. All right. Here we go. That one's trying to crawl away. Finish him off. Right up the clacker. Whoa, 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 what do you think you're doing? There's no pushing up here. We don't really want to get ourselves stuck in a corridor when we get charged, eh? Risky move to kind of push down a corridor like this. I hear you bleeding. I see your blood spurting through the door. Look at that. 3 drops of blood, 3 drops of blood, 3 drops of blood. All right, yeah, come on. Come on. Don't make me push in there. He's gonna make me do it, isn't he? All right, Ado. I'll just back up to reload here. We don't really want to be caught there against full auto. Ado acting like a distraction. Finish it. There we go. Ah, nice. There's our bounty complete. 3,200 extra credits. In addition to some very nice loot we scored in here, mate. Ado, now's not the time, buddy. Picked up a little technician's helmet there. Let's see what the leader had. Hopefully something spicy for us. A refined ecliptic balanced boost pack with chameleon. Okay. I have to admit though, I don't really like the chameleon mod. It can help you get more sneak attacks off because you will remain hidden longer while sniping. But I find the chameleon to be very annoying because it hides your gun sights. So you can't really see where you're shooting properly. I think there are some gun sights that work a little better than others. There are some kind of like roundabout solutions. So I'm not a big fan. It's a good pack though. Damn. I'll have to think about whether I want to use that one. Oh, is this our first legendary? I think it is. I think it is. We got a titanium coachman. I don't believe though that this is the same tier as our current coachman, or it might be. It might just be the difference in the flechette rounds actually. But it does mean that it's less damage. It could be a good option for Ado though. So titanium build just makes it really light. Radioactive and furious. Furious is, I don't know if that works with the pellets from a shotgun. It is quite good on like rapid firing weapons because that damage really builds up. Even just a semi-automatic Grendel, for example, with Furious is quite good. Elemental triggers are nice on your companions. Yeah, they can trigger them away, and I think the shotguns work decently for that too because of the different hits. Yeah, I don't know. It's a shame that it didn't drop as a one with a modded with flechette rounds or a calibrated instead. So potentially trading off the bleeds and damage for the Furious, radioactive, and it just to be a bit lighter. Tough call, honestly. Tough call. Picked up a Varun Scriptures magazine here, which gives sneak attack bonus. Ooh, very nice. Here we go, armory at the end. Ooh, another instigating drumbeat. I have one of those. Another 4,500 credits, even better than bounty, I think. We have made absolute bank in here. Another calibrated Grendel. It's only a matter of time before we get a calibrated Grendel with semi-automatic receiver, which is what we really want. I've decided that I'm going to give the flechette rounds coachman to Ado, so he can get the bleeds on enemies for us and do that damage, and we can use the titanium one and benefit from the really low mass that it has, so basically it weighs nothing, and we can benefit from the radioactive furious as well. So I think we're going to go with that route, and I might give that backpack that I found to Ado as well. The chameleon won't bother Ado as nearly as much as it's going to bother me, and it's got some nice extra protection, and it might actually help him stay stealth when we're like sneaking around as well. Might give him an eclectic space suit as well. You can have one of these. It's probably stronger than protections than whatever basic suit he's wearing to begin with. We kind of had to use our first legendary drop as well, right? All right, he's dropped me loot off in the ship. We're going to go see if we can't find that thing that Constellation wants us to find. The microbial colonies. Give that sucker a scan and get ourselves some extra free credits before we leave. That's here anyway. We might as well get it done while we're at it, right? Hey, little buddy. Oh, look at the cute little wildlife that's here. Oh, what one is a pet, mate? They're so cute. Look at his little toes. Let's see what he tastes like. Well, they don't seem super edible, but we can make some fiber from their bones. Nice. Oh, invisible. In case you feel bad about my earlier murder, it's got to be done. We're going to hunt every animal we come across. You know the name of the game here. I hunt animals and make food from them. Sometimes those animals are really cute. But if it makes you feel any better, the rest of these little fellas, I just scanned them. We'll leave them be. I don't need fiber right now, at least. But I know where to come back if I do need some later. All right, I'm not having much luck in this biome, so we're going to pop somewhere else on the planet, see if we can find it. I think we'll have better luck in the forest or something, maybe. I know this is what this planet calls a deciduous forest, but, oh yeah, no, I see it, I see it. Once we move away from the landing site a little bit, it becomes a little bit more scrubby. Pretty cool. Ooh, so we got some dangerous fellas around here. Aye. Found some of the planet's predators here, it seems. A vector back. Let's get a little closer and see what he looks like. Then get even closer and see what he tastes like. All around it, I suppose. A flumewort. Sounds delicious. Oh, no, it's toxic. Not delicious. Where'd you go, mate? Crawling through the bushes, just asking for a jump scare. Oh my! What the? Wow. Nature is beautiful and ferocious, I tell you what. Look at that, mate. One of the predators just became prey, it seems. They came across a herd of these Vuvuzela grazers. And looks like he bit off a bit more than he could chew because they took him out. That might be warning us off now a little bit. We'll let them go on their merry way here, I think. That's probably the wise thing to do. Grab a couple scans as they leave. They are peaceful, but not if threatened. Not if threatened. Look at this. Looks like he took a few with him. And here's the vector back. A nasty looking predator to be sure. Not powerful enough to take down a whole herd of these things though. Ornamental hides, sedatives, and sealant. Some useful materials here. How's that, Ado? I think we're going to see a variety of nasty, beautiful, shocking, disgusting, all sorts of different feelings. Sorts of creatures and plants on our adventures, mate. If we live long enough, that is. Just the very next planet we've been on already. Showing something completely different to what we've seen on Aquila. Ain't it something? Look at these obsidian mountains. Very cool. Here we go. We found an ecological feature, and I think this might be what we're looking for exactly. Let's give it a scan. No, it's not actually. I don't believe it is. But these are dense root structures and fibers. Biotic structures that merge together in nutrient-rich storage clusters, and they sit on channels extending off towards other clusters on the planet. Fascinating. You know, there's still a good chance that the other one is what we're looking for. As usual, I'm not going to let a good dung pile go to waste. Yum, 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 yum. Delicious. I'm just kidding. I'm yanking you, Jane. Might as well get a full scan on these things as they head on past. Look at that. They have staggering attacks, or you don't want a herd of those all bashing their heads against you at once, just getting constantly staggered. They're also highly resistant to most conventional forms of damage too. You know what? It's a good thing they're peaceful, because they would cause some serious harm if riled up. All right, we've dropped by the savannas next of Nassau. Check out a different biome to see if we can find what we're looking for. And already right ahead, I found some life signs. They look a little like this before you scan them. Little heartbeat symbol. And since what we're looking for is sentient life, microbial colonies, this is probably what we're looking for. Look at that rock formation coming off that hill up there. Looks like some creature extending its giant head out. Kind of reminds me of those cute dinosaurs from Aquila. Those poor guys that we always found dead lying around. Hey there, big fella. You're kind of cute, aren't you? You're a good boy. Pat, pat, pat. Oh yeah, this looks like what we're looking for here. You probably don't want to get too close to this stuff. We'll see if we can have a scan from up here. Oh yeah. Ugh. Ugh. Gross. Beautiful. Let's give it a scan, eh? Tendrils filter through the air and ground for nutrients, they relay sensory information to the microbial colony. And some of you might be scratching your head about how is it sentient? Well, that's what sentient is, awareness. You're probably thinking of the term sapience. People get these things confused a lot. Level 10, baby, woo! Nice. Yeah, that's a milestone. We're alive. We made it to level 10. Huzzah. What is this? Why is there random prototype equipment here? Someone was doing some tests on this area, I suppose. I spied a dung heap, so I can't pass up too good an opportunity, even if it is in this gross microbial colony. Oh yeah, it looks like someone was doing some science here from the looks of it. Wonder what happened to him. A bunch of metabolic agents, which we need. Some iridium and some chlorine. The things beasties eat and crap out into giant piles, eh? Crazy. Yep, someone was collecting a whole bunch of stuff here. Ugh. Oh, there's an alien egg. Oh, well, I'll just go ahead and forage that. I don't think whoever was here will be needing it anymore. No? What do you reckon, Ado? Blankly stares. Yeah, just as I thought. That concludes our bounty, so we'll go ahead and head back to Keeler now and drop off our loot. See how I've done for today. Mates, what a bloody productive day it's been. I've got some good news to report. 35,000 credits almost. We scored ourselves a first legendary weapon. We got ourselves a semi-automatic Grendel. I still got to mod that thing out. So very nice upgrades for me and for Ado as well. I got him sorted out this episode. Very good, very good. We got ourselves a lot of new resources. We saw some cool new wildlife over on Nasawi. Very interesting stuff. I liked it. Saw some cute little buggers down there. Very nice. And we knocked off 3 bounties, making ourselves a crap load of credits in the process. Super productive. Oh yeah, we upgraded the Frontier. Look at that thing. What a beast. She's a beaut. Mates, can't get much better than this. Living the good life today. I hope it continues in the next episode. Till then though, I'm Danger Tuckerman. Thanks for bloody watching.